Hello, hello. I'm Strider, your host here at Author in the Headlights. And as always, thank you for joining us. And if you haven't yet, hit that subscribe button and you won't miss a single episode. Now, today we've got Rae with us. Good morning, Rae.
Hi, Strider. Thank you so much for having me here.
Now, I happen to know that Rae is your pen name, and we're just going to use that one today because it's a great name. Rae Knightly. That's perfect. I love it.
Thank you.
Now, you have an interesting genre for a female writer. You do, I mean, you're an award-winning author, obviously. You've been many, as well as the SIBA Awards, where you came a grand prize there. But you write in young adult, middle grade, space fiction. What kind of genre do you actually write? That's my version of it.
Yes, that's basically it. I think my genre is specifically upper middle grade science fiction. So upper middle grade is around, I would say, 8 to 12 year olds. Um, but I write for 10 to 14 year old readers. So it's a slightly higher. It's between middle grade and young adult, I would say. And yeah, science fiction, space opera, alien contact, fun
That's
things like
fun
that.
stuff. That's fun for
Yes.
that age. Now, when I started writing, I didn't know the difference between young adult and middle grade and real adult. And so I said, well, okay, young adult? I don't know. Honestly, I didn't know. And I found out that young adult is actually like 15 to 18, somewhere in there, 12 to 18 even. And I was writing a little beyond that. But that becomes new adult, which now is a thing, and it's in the early 20s.
Yes.
Who
It's very
knows?
confusing.
It is very confusing. And Author in the Headlights is for readers to find their next read and writers in order to improve their writing skills by picking up little tidbits like that. What is the genre base you write under? Who knows until you know? You got to learn somewhere.
Yes, it's very complicated. I didn't even know whether I was writing fantasy or science fiction, because I have aliens with
Both,
superpowers.
yeah.
So is that fantasy or is that science fiction? Or maybe it's superhero. So it takes a while to figure things out.
And now
Yes.
we just call it genre crossing. And
Yeah.
that's good. That is
Yes.
good because you're not limited to a single thing. It's what you put in there.
Exactly. Yes.
And you're also a best-selling author, Amazon best-selling author. You sell very well. Your books do because they're fun. They hit that age group where, yeah, the kids maybe can buy them, but the parents buy them for the kids too. And that's important too when you're marketing.
Yes, absolutely. And it actually I have readers of all ages. I guess it's for readers who just enjoy a fun, adventurous story. So adults will enjoy them too. I've got 70-year-old readers who enjoy them and I'm fine with that. That's great.
Absolutely.
And parents discover the stories with their children too. And so I do place some importance in the adults in the stories, which is not very typical for a middle grade.
That is true. So what's your newest book that's just come out?
Well, I've got a book coming out in a month. It's called Doomstar, and it is book 5 in the Lost Space Treasure series, which is a space opera for upper middle graders and for fans of Star Wars and Star
Yeah,
Trek and Lost in Space and all that. And it's just a really fun adventure in space between multiple planets and multiple alien civilizations, and a girl who is lost in all of that. And she is thought to be the key to a legendary lost space treasure. The problem is that the only one who knows where the treasure is her arch nemesis. So, and the secret to her identity is also on this lost, in this lost space treasure. So, to find her identity, she will ultimately have to face her enemy.
Wow. Actually, that's a very cool story. I like that. And that's Doomstar, and it's coming out very shortly.
November
Um,
11,
and that's
yes.
part of the Lost Space Treasure series, which is, see if I got these, Exostar, Megastar, Polestar. There's another one in there.
Grimstar,
Grimstar. There you
Grimstar,
go.
yes. Doomstar, and then there's one last one.
You've got another one coming up?
Yes, that will be the last one in the series, but I haven't revealed the title yet, so that will come.
Keep that hush hush. Well, I'll ask you right now when that comes out. Let me know and we'll get it on here. I love to follow our authors as they go through the course of their work. And all right, now that's not all you're known for. You've got your Ben Archer Alien Skill series, which is just as big or bigger. Who's Ben Archer?
Ben Archer is kind of an accident, if you like, because 30 years ago I had planned the Lost Space Treasure series. It was in my head for 30 years.
Wow.
And when I finally got around to writing, I suddenly realized that, wait a minute, I've never written a book before. I don't know how to do this. So I'd better start with something very simple, very short, and then I can tackle the Lost Space Treasure series. And that became Ben Archer, which is currently a 6-book series. So it's a story about a 12-year-old boy who witnesses the crash of UFOs in his grandfather's backyard. And he has to go on the run from government agents with the sole survivor of the crash. So it has an kind of an ET
I was just going
vibe.
to say that. That's just
It's
fine. It works there. It'll work again.
it's a typical aliens crash to Earth tale, but it's grown into something quite big, I have to say, and it's been quite successful. I'm very happy with it. It's been a lot of fun to write, and it takes my main character on adventures across ocean, land, and space with his alien friend, and um, and it's been a lot of fun. Yes, it's one I've been very fortunate. It's hit bestseller lists on Amazon in the US, UK, Australia, Canada, and has won quite a lot of awards. So
It
it's been
has.
great.
Let's see, that's the Ben Archer and the Cosmic Fall, the Alien Skill, Ben Archer and the Moon Paradox,
Moon Paradox
the
and
World Beyond, the
the
Star Rider.
yes,
Is there another one?
the
The
Toric
Toric
Sun is
Sun.
the last
That's
one.
it.
Yeah, you got it.
Okay, and that's a great set, and that's absolutely that. Gosh, get them in the library. I would read whole series. I mean, of course, back when I read, there weren't quite the options there are now. But
That's
the
that's
Nancy
exactly
Drew, the Hardy Boys, the whole series, you just go through them and eat them up. So I can see that being a great thing for you.
yes, for
Now,
sure.
what's it like for you as a woman to be writing space fiction and fantasy? Isn't that kind of a guy's game?
Well, that's hence my pen name, Ray, which is slightly
It's kind
could
of,
be.
hey, it works either way for me.
So it's probably unusual to write for a maybe woman author to write science fiction and especially middle grade science fiction. It's quite unusual, but that's specifically why I tackled this because as a child, I loved reading science fiction. But obviously, there are a whole lot of options in science fiction for adults. But the children's and middle grade section in terms of science fiction is not very big when you compare that to fantasy. I
True.
mean, think of Percy Jackson and Harry Potter, and those are huge, and that's all fantasy. But I wanted to break through in the science fiction field and see if I could attract some young readers because I think science fiction is very much needed today
It
because it
is,
can teach.
period. It's only science fiction until it becomes every day. And and
Well,
with the way technology and science is moving, it may very well become an everyday thing next year. You just never know.
you never know. You never know. And maybe it will inspire children to study something scientific and
Very
have
true.
a career in the scientific field. And maybe they'll solve some of the big issues in the world today. So,
Very true. And now you have been around the world. Actually, you were born elsewhere. You've got a great accent, which proves that you probably didn't grow up here, and now you're in Canada.
yes, I speak four languages, and which means I probably have by now I have an accent no matter which language I speak. So there's no escaping it. I was born in Belgium, where I spoke French with my parents, but I went to a Flemish speaking school. I also went to an English speaking school. I'm a translator. That's what I studied at university. And I spent a year in Mexico where I learned Spanish and met my husband. And just going round and round in circles around the world, we ended up in Canada, and that's where we are currently, and very much enjoying our time here. Yes.
Well, that is close to where I live in the Puget Sound, so who knows? We might actually bump elbows one of these days, besides just
It's
on the Zoom screen.
perfect.
Yes, it is. And we're running out of time. I hate this because we just get into real conversations, and then, you know, that's the way it is. All of you readers, check out her work, Rae Knightly, and you can contact her at raeknightly.com as well as all the other places, like through us here at Author in the Headlights. We're sponsored by DurhamPublishing.com. Check out our books there at DurhamPublishing.com's bookstore. And I have to say, we need to leave. Thank you for joining us,
Thank you so
Rae.
much. Thank you.
Until the rest of you, until next time.